Good morning, kindergarten. I put on my bunny ears this morning. Miss Kangas was feeling a little sad about not being in school today. So since it's April Fool's Day, I thought I'd put on my bunny ears and get ready for a fun day of learning. Today we are going to start learning about 3D shapes, and we are going to make some shapes. You're going to be able to choose your own adventure, and we're also going to learn some songs about shapes. So I hope that you're all ready for an exciting day. Good morning. So today we're going to start our lesson by, I have a secret grab bag here, and we are going to take items out, and we are going to guess what we are going to be learning about in math next. But before we start, I want to remind you, before we had to do learning from home, we were talking about some different shapes. So let's see if you can remember what that shape is called. And let's see if you can remember what this shape is called. And this one. If you said triangle, square, and diamond, you are correct. So I'm going to move those over because that's a little hint for what we're going to talk about in my grab bag. So here is my bag, and I'm going to take some items out, and I want you to see if you can think what we might be learning about. Here is the first item. It's very popular with adults right now. Here is the first thing. It's a container of wipes. Next, I have my candle holder. Put it right beside the container of wipes. See if you have any guesses about those two. Next, I have an empty shoebox. I wonder if you can guess what we're going to learn about. Let's see what else is in my bag. I have a small fruit, a plum, but it's a pretend plum. I'm gonna put it into the box. And, I also have what you love to build with at school. Miss Kangas brought them home. I have these cubes. And I have two more items. I have Play-Doh. I'm gonna put it right up here with the wipes. And last but not least, I have a can of pop. So does anyone have any guesses about what we are learning about? If you said 3D shapes, you are correct. We are going to begin to talk about shapes that are not flat, but are fat. That's what a 3D shape is. It's a shape that's not flat. You'll notice that this square can't stand up on its own, but are fat. So we're going to talk about shapes like cylinders. Miss Kangas sure found a lot of cylinders. Shapes like spheres, like this plum. Shapes like cubes, like these cubes we love to build with. And shapes like a rectangular prism. So coming up, you are going to be learning about some of these shapes and what we call them. So this is my friend Peep, and since Miss Kangas feels a little silly talking to herself in her house, I'm going to teach Peep about the different shapes. And hopefully, as I teach Peep, you will also learn about some of the shapes. So this shape here is called a cube. A cube is a shape, Peep, that looks just like a box or a dice. And a cube has lots of different faces, and this is what we're going to start talking about tomorrow. So today we're just talking about the different shapes. So Peep, this is a cube, and I think Peep would love to have a little nap in the cube. He would also love to stand and dance on the cube. So that is a cube. Next, we have a shape that Peep loves. He loves ice cream. So this is a cone. A cone also looks like a castle roof. A cone looks like an ice cream. Peep loves ice cream. Or a cone looks like a nail. So far we have a cube, a cone, and the next one. Let's see, does anyone have a guess at what this is called? I think Peep has a guess. Peep, what do you think it's called? Sphere. Peep is correct. This is a sphere. So a sphere looks like apples or spaghetti with the meatballs on top. The meatballs are spheres, and we have cherries. I wonder if in your house you can find anything that looks like a cube, anything that looks like a cone, or anything that looks like a sphere. Go see if you can find anything that looks like those shapes. And the last two shapes for you today and for Peep are rectangular prisms. And this one has a rectangular prism has a rectangle shape in it. And we have a cylinder. So rectangular prisms look just like buildings. Here's Peep standing on top of a building. Eee! And trucks. Here's Peep driving the truck. Beep, beep. So those are rectangular prisms. And the last shape for today is a cylinder. A cylinder is like a drinking cup. The top and bottom of a hamburger together are a bit of a cylinder, and a can of pop is a cylinder. So these are our different shapes. We have a cube, a cone, a sphere, a rectangular prism, and a cylinder. And tomorrow we're going to talk more about the different parts of them. But today we're just introducing some of their names.